Jeremy Clarkson's car collection features everything from the classic Volkswagen Scirocco to the sharp Bentley Continental GT. His garage showcases decades of car evolution and style. It's all about personal interests. Some people enjoy collecting toy cars, while others, like Jeremy, passionate about collecting real cars. In this video, I'll review the complete car collections of Jeremy Clarkson's Clarkson, featuring 28 vehicles and what's so special about them. Jeremy Clarkson, a well-known car expert, has an extensive collection of over 28 cars. He has driven almost every car, from a Toyota Hilux to a tiny Peel P50, and even a McLaren P1. He loves testing anything with four wheels, but stays away from motorcycles, often teasing his co-hosts Hammond and May for their love of bikes. Clarkson is very picky about cars, and he buys them for himself. He has owned practical vehicles like the VW Golf GTI, and impractical ones like the Ford GT, which isn't great for daily use. He often sells his cars after using them, especially when they only suit the track. Let's have a look at his insane car collection. Number 28, 2003 Volvo XC90. Clarkson's favorite car might be the Volvo XC90, as he's owned up to 4 first-generation models. Initially, he was unsure about the second-generation XC90, but later praised its stylish, spacious interior and quiet diesel engine. In his Sunday Times column, Clarkson mentioned how relaxing driving is, especially with the improved 2.0-liter engine. With these features, he will likely continue buying XC9s for years. The XC90 exhibits 235 horsepower and a top speed of 112 miles per hour, making it both powerful and comfortable. Number 27, 2011. Ford Focus. Clarkson praised the Ford Focus, comparing it to a brilliant child genius. He believes the Focus is a perfect family car, safe, reliable, economical, and fun. In his column, he said, "It's what families want. Affordable, fast, and dependable, without sacrificing comfort." Clarkson even thinks it's better than a minivan for families. The Ford Focus has a 1.6-liter engine, 148 horsepower, and can reach a top speed of 131 miles per hour. Number 26, 1998 Jaguar XJR 4.0. Supercharged. Clarkson described the Jaguar XJR 4.0 Supercharged as a powerful luxury sports sedan, calling it a supercharged fist in an iron glove. He owned the XJR V8 in 1998 and the Jaguar XJR 4.0 in 1995, both of which had supercharged engines. Clarkson seems to love the Jaguars just as much as Mercedes. The Jaguar XJR boasts a 4.0-liter supercharged V8 engine, 358 horsepower, and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Number 25, 2002 Lotus Elise 111S. The Lotus Elise 111S is a small, fun sports car that seems more like something Richard Hammond would drive, but Clarkson owned one too. It featured a 1.8-liter engine with 158 horsepower and was one of the best budget-friendly sports cars at the time. Its sleek design, including the chip cutter front grille, made it stand out. The Elise could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds, making it fast and exciting to drive. Number 24, 1995 Jaguar XJ6. Clarkson has always loved Jaguars, often calling them the best for a relaxing and stylish ride. He gets excited whenever he drives one, and the Jaguar XJ6 is no exception. Part of the experimental Jaguar line, the XJ6 is just one of many Jaguars Clarkson has owned. He can't resist buying a new Jaguar every time he tests one. The XJ6 has a 4.0-liter engine, 237 horsepower, and a top speed of 147 miles per hour. Number 23, 1999 Jaguar XJR V8. Jeremy Clarkson has always been a big fan of Jaguar, one of his favorite car brands. He once owned a 1999 Jaguar XJR with a V8 engine, which was later sold at auction. Clarkson loves the Jaguar XJR so much that he even drove a 2000 model through snowy Colorado in an episode of the Grand Tour. The XJR has a 4.0-liter supercharged V8 engine, 358 horsepower, and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Number 22, 1989. Honda CRX. Clarkson once owned a Honda CRX, a sporty Japanese compact known for its flexible handling and excellent performance. The CRX was fast, fun to drive, and popular with car enthusiasts. Its name, Civic Renaissance X, reflected its upgrade from the plain Civic, which was much sportier and cooler. With a 1.6-liter engine, 158 horsepower, and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 6.9 seconds, the CRX was a real standout for its time. Number 21, 1979. Volkswagen Scirocco Clarkson has owned both the Mark I and Mark II Volkswagen Scirocco's, but he wasn't a fan of the newer Scirocco 2.0 TDI, calling it a moose and listing it as one of his worst cars in a 2016 Sunday Times column. He compared it to an old love that's changed for the worse. Despite this, he still has good memories of the original Scirocco he owned, which had a 1.6-liter engine, 109 horsepower, and a top speed of 115 miles per hour. Number 2019-99 Toyota Land Cruiser. Clarkson owned a Toyota Land Cruiser Amazon from 1999 to 2004, but didn't like it. Despite Toyota's reputation for reliability, he found this SUV unreliable and regretted not getting an extra warranty. The Land Cruiser, designed for arduous journeys, struggled with everyday use. It has a 4.7-liter V8 engine with 230 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque and can tow up to 6,500 pounds. Clarkson felt it should have been more dependable for everyday driving. Number 19-2015 Volkswagen Golf GTI. In 2015, Volkswagen faced a significant emissions scandal for cheating on EPA tests. Despite this, Clarkson continued to praise his Golf GTI, which wasn't affected by the scandal. He tweeted about his love for the car during the controversy. The Golf GTI features a 2.0-liter turbo engine with 220 to 230 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 5.7 to 6.4 seconds. Clarkson still values his GTI despite the scandal. Number 18, 1986. Alfa Romeo GTV 6 Jeremy Clarkson had a love-hate relationship with the Alfa Romeo GTV 6, made from 1981 to 1987. He called it both the best and worst car he owned. In an interview, Clarkson said it was unreliable, but loved it like a misbehaving dog. This pattern seems to follow Clarkson. He often loves cars that are fun, but not very dependable. The GTV6 has a 2.5-liter V6 engine, 155 horsepower, and a top speed of 130 miles per hour. Number 17, 2009 Range Rover Vogue. In 2009, Clarkson praised the Range Rover, calling it classy and fabulous, as well as iconic brands and figures like France, Sony Bravia, and Mick Jagger. He loves the Range Rover's luxury and usefulness, often needing a fleet for filming motoring shows. The Range Rover is great for transporting staff and equipment, keeping up with fast cars, and handling off-road. It features a 4.4-liter V8 engine with 302 horsepower and 324 pound-feet of torque and can tow up to 7,700 pounds. Number 16, 2007 Mercedes-Benz SLK 55 AMG. Clarkson bought the Mercedes SLK 55 AMG out of spite, aiming to one-up his co-star James May, who had just purchased a Boxster. He chose this V8-powered car because he wanted something better and faster. The SLK 55 AMG has a 5.4-liter V8 engine, 355 horsepower, and 376 pound-feet of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.8 seconds, making it a speedy choice for him. Number 15, 2021 Toyota GR Yaris. In 2021, Toyota released the GR Yaris, a powerful version of their tiny Yaris, thanks to their tuning company, Gazoo Racing. Clarkson thinks the GR Yaris is fantastic and even named it his car of the year. He loves it so much that he owns one. The GR Yaris features a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine with 268 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds, 4.6 to 5.2 seconds. Sadly, it's not available in the US. Number 14, 2003 to 2008 Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG. Clarkson loves his Mercedes, calling the SL55 AMG the Swiss Army knife of cars due to its versatility. He praised it on Top Gear for being fun with the top down, great for long drives, powerful, and stylish. The SL55 AMG features a 5.4-liter supercharged V8 engine with 510 horsepower, 531 lb-ft of torque, and a 0 to 60 mph of less than 5 seconds, 4.3 to 4.5 seconds. Number 13, 1993. Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Clarkson described the Ford Escort RS Cosworth as challenging to drive and incredibly late at night. This rally-inspired hatchback is known for its impressive 145 miles per hour top speed and standout third wing. It has a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine with 224 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Number 12, 2011 Aston Martin Virage. The Aston Martin Virage, larger and bulkier than other models, perfectly suited Clarkson's needs. It filled the gap between the old and new DB9s, with a powerful 5.9-liter V12 engine producing 490 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. It accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, 4.3 to 4.4 seconds. Number 11, 2012. Porsche 911 Clarkson, who usually loves fast cars, has been critical of the Porsche 911. He even joked that he was too highly gifted to drive one. He bought a 911 and drove it at a 2013 fundraiser despite this. The car features a 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat-six engine with 500 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque and goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, 3.5 to 4.5 seconds. Number 10. The 2014 Rally MFB Bentley Continental GT. Jeremy Clarkson kept the Bentley Continental GT from the Grand Tour despite its modifications, such as a roll cage and oversized tires. He uses it on his farm, where its 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine delivers 500 horsepower and 487 pound-feet of torque. It reaches a top speed of 188 miles per hour. Number 9. 1997. Ferrari F355. Clarkson added a Ferrari F355 to his collection after loving it on Top Gear. Despite its 3.5-liter V8 engine with 375 horsepower and 268 pound-feet of torque, Clarkson wasn't entirely satisfied. He regretted not getting a hard top or a green color, and the flashy red paint led to frequent police stops. Number 8, 2004. BMW M3 CSL. Clarkson loved the 2004 BMW M3 CSL, praising it as BMW's best. This coupe sport lightweight, with its 3.2-liter inline-six engine, producing 355 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque, was perfect for the speed limit-free Isle of Man. It accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.1 to 4.6 seconds. Number 7, 2007. Mercedes-Benz CLK 63 AMG. Black Series Clarkson was sad to sell his Mercedes 63 CLK Black Series, which he had praised on Top Gear. Despite its 6.2-liter V8 engine, which has 500 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.8 to 4.1 seconds, Clarkson often faced battery issues. He sold it for around $135,000, the same as its 2007 price. Number 6, 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. Jeremy Clarkson, a fast, noisy supercars fan, loved his Lamborghini Gallardo. It had a powerful 5.0-liter V10 engine with 512 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque, and it could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 380 seconds, 3.5 to 4 seconds. He bought it after testing it on Top Gear, but sold it in 2017. Number 5, 1973. Mercedes-Benz 600 Grosser. Jeremy Clarkson shows his taste for luxury with the Mercedes-Benz 600 Grosser. With a 6.3-liter V8 engine producing 241 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque, this classic car features old-school hydraulics for seats, doors, and windows. It's a top-speed cruiser at 127 miles per hour, perfect for a comfortable Sunday drive. Number 4, 2010 to 2015 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Roadster. The Mercedes SLS AMG Roadster is an incredible car with a 6.2-liter V8 engine delivering 621 horsepower and 737 lb-ft of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 to 4.1 seconds and has a top speed of 197 miles per hour. Clarkson enjoyed this high-performance sports car in 2011, taking breaks in Notting Hill to admire it. Number 3, 2015. McLaren 675 LT. After landing his Amazon deal, Clarkson treated himself to a stunning McLaren 675 LT. Only 500 units were made. This rare, bright orange supercar boasts a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, delivering 666 horsepower and 516 lb-ft of torque. It can accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. Number 2005 Ford GT. Jeremy Clarkson had trouble with his 2005 Ford GT. The car's security alarm kept going off, it didn't fit on the Hammersmith bridge, and there were issues with the immobilizer and tracking system. With a 5.4-liter supercharged V8 engine, 550 horsepower, and a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.7 seconds, it was fast, but gave him too many problems, leading him to sell it. Number 1, 2011 Lexus LFA. Jeremy Clarkson initially mocked the Lexus LFA on Top Gear, having never driven it, but after reviewing it, he loved it so much that he bought one for himself. The LFA, with its 4.8-liter V10 engine producing 553 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque, was praised by Clarkson for its excellent exhaust sound and performance. Although he has sold it, he still fondly remembers it. Which one of the cars is the best of most of them? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.